Yee.
Hello, everyone here for the One Shot Network budget meeting. As you know, we are here to discuss the budget. Before we move on to old business, it is tradition that everybody start our budget meetings with a plug. So please, Dylan, why don't you get us started? Plug your work for everyone in the meeting.
Oh, sure. Hey, all. I know we work together all the time and everything, but I just want to remind you.
Yep. As you are required by the bylaws.
I forget all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That my name is Dillin Appellian. My pronouns are your pronouns, so please use those for me when you're talking about me behind my back, as I know that you all do, because I have the bathrooms tapped. But aside from that, what I would like to plug is the One Shot podcast, where I'm the host. If you could start listening to that, it would be great.
It would actually be very helpful for the budget.
It would be, it'd be really helpful if you could start listening to that.
I listened to a lot of it when the other guy was on it.
Oh yeah, I killed him. So if you could just if we could. If we could put that behind us, there was a funeral. It's fine.
So the other guy's not gonna come back. Okay.
May you rest in peace. No. So if you could listen to it with me now, I think that would be great. It would be a win for.
I mean, I'll try.
For the non-binary community. You would do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try, but like, I don't promise anything. I don't know if I have the time for that.
Interesting. I feel like
That's
Dylan's
deeply
gotten
concerning.
Through one plug so far. Is that?
Yeah, it's kind of the most important one. Also, if that's not your speed, you can also listen to Dork Spawn, which is a video game book club podcast where we talk about choice heavy games, kind of discuss them chapter by chapter, and it's real fun. And that one, at your leisure, like I don't want to inconvenience anybody, but if you could, it would be great.
I do. Listen to Dork Spawn.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dylan. Fiona.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. It's my first time here. My name is Fiona. I usually hear pronouns. And in case your cameras are a bit wobbly or something like that, I'm a white woman with sort of mid-length browny blonde hair, wearing like a purpley jacket, surrounded by lots of art, because that's what I love. In terms of plugs and stuff that I've been up to since this is my first meeting, I would recommend coming checking out the What Am I Rolling podcast. It's a twice monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast where we do lots of different RPG systems and interviews with game designers. I'm also on a couple of other different projects there, but you can find all the information in the show notes for What Am I Rolling. So that's What Am I Rolling wherever you listen to podcasts. And thanks for this time. I appreciate it.
Excellent. Very efficient.
Thank you.
Shaghik.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Oh, right. Thank you, James. Right. So my name is
This is
Shaghik.
so important. Okay, you nailed that. Good.
Right, thank you. My pronouns are she, her, and
Also accurate.
thank you. I hope you have the spreadsheet in front of you to double check the.
I don't need the spreadsheet, but it is in front of me.
I am the sound designer and editor of the One Shot podcast. So again, folks, if you could go listen to that, that'd be great. And I also have my own show on the network called Roll by Myself. It's a solo actual play. It's new, but I've got like 8 episodes on there. It's always like a 2-parter, and I think it's really neat, and I think you should go listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Was that also accurate, James?
Some of that was opinion.
It was accurate.
So it can't be said
was
to be
accurate.
or not accurate. Ben.
Hello, sirs. I'm Benjamin Gray. He, him. You can call me Ben. I am the proxy for Roleplay Retcon, the podcast that remakes the movies that lets you down. I'm the proxy for the staff there.
Okay, and Ben, you did read the brief. You understand that as a proxy, you will occasionally have to be inhabited by your co-hosts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My co-host Jincy and Alex. Yeah, I have no power over there, and they didn't want to come. So I'm here.
Well, they should be able to speak through you spiritually as a vessel. So
yes, I have several charms for that. A couple of them, sometimes they'll burn out, so I've brought extras.
The
And
charms
it's
do
very
tend to do that.
painful.
Yes.
But
Actually,
yes.
Ben,
Yes, it should be.
Ben, quick question.
Yeah.
Your feet are in a bowl of water at the moment, right?
Yes, yeah, which is good
Okay.
because got this heat
Okay.
wave going, and it's helping
Yeah.
a lot.
Like a
Okay.
sick person in an old-timey cartoon. That's
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, it would get really painful. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
Good.
Got something to bite down on? I am ready. Roleplay Retcon, the podcast that remakes the movies that lets you down.
And
Wonderful.
you included your
Nice.
tagline. Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for plugging your work. I know it seems like a formality, but it's very important that we stick to the rules. First,
Of course.
I will open the floor if anybody would like to bring up any old business.
Can we I mean only if it's okay, but could we make sure that we have toilet paper in I mean I know I asked last time and you said you can take care of that yourself if you need to, peasant, but like I don't get pocket money to go to the store and get toilet paper, so I just was wondering if like you could like ask someone else. I mean if only it's okay. I don't know, but
Peasant, this meeting space, this opportunity is a privilege. And so when you come in here with another weak-willed request, I mean, and put yourself in my position. I want you to imagine you're in my position. Could you grant any request to somebody who made a demand like that?
no, absolutely not. Of course not, Mr. D'Amato. No.
I need you to summon some ferocity, some courage. The heroes, even through your editing, will be able to sense insecurity, and they will pounce on that.
Oh God, you're
We
so right.
simply cannot afford to compensate your family. So
I've been feeling so much pouncing. You're right.
Yeah. The heroes are really brutal.
yeah.
It's true.
Over the course
Yeah,
of the
they-
meeting, I want you to focus on becoming more ferocious. Summon that into yourself. Requests for toilet paper are officially denied, but as
Yeah,
a
no,
lesson,
that's fair. That's so
as
fair,
a
yeah.
character building exercise.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I do have some tissues that I can use, but yeah. it doesn't-
How many ply? How many ply is it? The tissues.
Half.
Oh no. Ooh, yeah, I was gonna.
It
Yeah, I was
costs
gonna- I was-
more to get partial ply. They have to
Yeah.
modify
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They have to make the pie and separate it. I feel like
Right.
your money's not being allocated properly if you're going
I
for
think you're
half
being
ply
scammed a
tissue
little bit.
paper.
Yeah.
I think your money's not being allocated properly.
That's
James, to
more
be honest.
concerning. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. If-
I will look into that straight away. I'm so sorry.
All right. Any other old business?
I quickly go. I wanted to ask about coffee mornings. I know we had a couple scheduled, and I just wanted to check in on how the attendance went for that, and if people went, and just the general sort of vibes. If that's something we wanted to keep on doing, to just see what the
Did
moods
you
are.
say coffee mornings?
I did say coffee mornings. Yes.
Okay. Let me look over the spreadsheet.
I mean,
yes.
obviously,
So
I
this
appreciate.
is the period of the day where we meet and wail at the sky in agony while sharing cups
Yeah,
of
that one.
coffee, mourning the various losses that we've suffered throughout our long lives.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, with a hot beverage of your choice. It doesn't have to be.
Right,
all that sort of thing, but
right.
yes.
Does not
Okay,
have to
thank
be
God.
coffee. It does not have to be coffee. It is an
Yeah.
inclusive exercise in grief. Yes,
Yes, exactly.
I believe those are well attended. They're at
Oh,
least
amazing.
being funded. Out of curiosity, Fiona, why are you asking? Are you not attending them yourself? This was
Well, I've been meaning to go. I'll be honest, but it's one of those things because it's weirdly scheduled. Like we say mornings, but it's usually sort of like between.
yeah, it's morning,
Yes.
not
yeah.
the time, the practice of
Yes,
focused grief.
exactly. But it seems to be at different places and from what I've seen, it's more asynchronous.
Well,
So I'll be in the middle of doing some hard work and then I'll just hear screams from the other bay and I just go, oh, shoot, and I'll go over to join the morning, and it's
And
then already
by
done.
the time
It's usually
you're there, it's gone. Yeah.
yeah, it seems like 2 to 3 minutes, and I just wondered if there was more of a synced up place to do
The
such morning.
problem is you can't know when grief is going to strike you in your life. Like you
Right.
can be fine one day and mourning the next. And so if we were to create a schedule, I feel like it would set a bad precedent and members of the network would be lulled into a false sense of security with their emotional constitution. That can't be.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, yes, go on, Shaghik.
Oh, thank you so much. I was just because usually the morning coffee sessions start around the time that I'm about to leave the studio. So I was thinking I could just like send you a text when it's like starting or something. Perhaps if I could be maybe allocated a phone or something. I was just thinking that
No,
might
we
work.
operate on a vibes-based calendar system. Everybody's supposed to feel. That's how we all got at the meeting today. Could you imagine how disorganized the network would be if I sent an email?
Could you
Everybody
imagine if we
felt
might
that
have
it was
been
right
20
to
minutes
appear.
later than we were supposed to start? That would have been.
Well, obviously, the vibes-based system works
Yeah.
only so well, but it works. An email wouldn't work. No one would send it.
My love, you're muted.
That's intentional. I was trying to send you a code. Did we not talk about the code where I'm trying to not?
I forgot.
The
I
vibes,
just
the
I've
vibes.
got
It's
so
like
much
vibes
going.
code.
Yeah.
It's the silent
Shaghik,
communication.
I
Yeah.
need to feel that ferocity. I really need you to step up the ferocity. Okay.
But
So-
just to clarify, just to quickly clarify though, the coffee mornings they are well attended, just more in like sporadic groups. I just wanted to check that just so we can mark it off to HR and
Yeah,
say that it's a good initiative.
Everyone who is, tuned into the vibes-based system, I think,
Right.
makes their presence known at those meetings.
Fantastic.
So,
Well,
yeah, I
I'll
think it's a
report back to
successful
HR.
initiative. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
that's good. I'll give that in the report. Thank you.
All right. Any other old business before I open the floor to new business? Yes, Dillin.
Yeah. Just a little bit. And this will go fast. I just, this is something we talked about at the last 6 budget meetings.
Sure.
And it's just a recurring thing that some of the guests are continuing to ask about. They just want to know, as often as they do, is the cattle call necessary part of the process? And I love it. I think it's great.
Sure.
I think it's a great practice. Everybody, all the heroes get to see all the guests parade around in a little circle, see who's up. But being an audio medium, they keep saying yada yada yada. Is this necessary? It makes us feel exposed and demeaned and kind of like cattle because it's in the name. And
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
just
I
saying,
can
are we gonna?
see how it
Yeah,
might
yeah,
make
yeah.
them feel like cattle because that's the name of the activity.
Yeah.
It is likening them to cows for that reason. But I mean, you remember what I said to you when you were hired by the network is I need you to approach the role the way a matador approaches a bull.
And that I always have.
Yes,
You know
I
that
know that you always. You're wearing red right now.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what we expect from your contribution to the network. So they need to go through that cattle call in order to set your spirit up properly. I don't think if that didn't happen, Dillin, I honestly I would be worried about what it would be like for you. You'd sit down in the chair and you'd feel something off. And when a matador is not at their best, they're dead.
Yeah.
We can't have that. What I will say is I can see how it would be demeaning and they would feel that they're being likened to cattle because we're doing a cattle call and that's the name of the thing. What I'm willing to do, what if, and maybe this is like a lots-based system, what if one of the guests has to run from the other guests who sort of thunderously charge forward and chase them? That might be more exciting for people to watch, actually, and certainly less demeaning. I don't think you could call that a lot of things. I don't think any of them could be demeaning.
No. I think you're right. Actually, wow. That's inspired. Actually, that's why you're the boss. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean,
might be better than the icebreaker question, honestly.
Ooh.
Oh well.
We don't want to mess with a
Oh,
formula.
I mean, I don't
too
want to. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that was a joke in Minecraft.
Shaghik,
If
you
we
backed off of that so quickly. Yeah. It's not ferocious.
Come on, you had an idea, but it was a wrong idea, to be fair. And
it was a wrong and bad idea, but I need people to stand behind their wrong and bad ideas.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it feels like you don't believe in anything.
Please. And like without the icebreaker question, how would we know which of the guests have daddy issues and which have mommy issues? They're important.
I have mommy issues.
These are things that they need. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for volunteering that.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. We hear you when we see you, Ben.
All of those, the answers to all those questions, in case there are any other doubters in the room, immediately go into our spreadsheet and then are immediately sold to advertisers. It's so important that we gather that information.
For sure.
I am trying to look at the spreadsheet that you're talking about that you've put in the Slack. And every time I look at it, I forget my own name and at least 1 month of my life. And also the contents of the spreadsheet, obviously.
Is that a new security feature that we rolled out?
For
Jane?
data
Ben. It's Ben. Okay, I'm back.
For data purposes, can you tell me how it was that you knew it was a month that was missing? What was the indication?
That's actually really important.
I have to report that over. It's just a thing we're trying. And I wouldn't worry about it too much. But anyway, how did you know it was a month?
Oh, a terrible voice whispered it in my ear. Yeah, 1 month. It says 1 month is mine. It didn't say 1 month is mine verbatim. It said in a language that I can't actually repeat, but I knew better than English.
Yeah,
well, that's
did
the
he have
vibes-based system working. I want to point out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you have to
did he have
take
a
the
kind
month,
of
though?
sweet? Oh.
It was sweet. It was so sweet.
It was a sweet kind of like he has like you can't understand it because it's in an unknowable language, but like you can tell that it's kind of like loving in a way, like it's got like a sweet. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Oh, that's what I want.
But still professional. Still professional.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Of
No,
course.
it doesn't cross any like lines or anything.
No. Okay, good. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's a security feature. That's just two-factor authentication.
Okay, so I'll get, it's like a deposit. I'll get the month back at some point. Like my name came back to me.
You will get an equivalent thing back.
It
like
might be
someone
somebody
else's month.
month.
Somebody else's
okay.
month. And 1 month for
that
you
sounds
might
kind of
not
fun.
be the same to somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Some of the people.
I'm sure.
Yeah. What if
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't read the whole thing when we signed on to the network, and I'm sure it's in there somewhere. I'm sure all this would hold up in court. That's not what I'm not coming after you or anything like that.
I mean,
Just,
at this
no
point,
one said
our
that.
contracts have far more legitimacy than any U.S.-based court system. And
yeah, sure.
That's not a
Right
bit
now.
that's real. I'm looking.
But
That's
I
true.
don't speak the
Yeah.
legalese. I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
I do wonder if I lose like a May or something and then I get back a February, can I get compensation for the extra days and some sort of
Oh, I
more?
think so. February is also just a worse month. So yeah, I wouldn't want to lose a May to a February. That's
my
a
birthday
spring
month.
to the worst part of winter. Ugh. Okay, I don't want to think about February anymore. Can we? Is there any other old business, or are we opening the floor to new business?
I do. I am getting a message from one of the staff of Roleplay Retcon.
Oh yes, please channel.
Sirs,
in.
here we go. Just give me 1 second. Okay.
Yep.
Here we go.
Take your time.
Azarash. Okay. I'm really sorry about this, sirs, but Jinsey did want me to say your mothers. That's not my words. Your mothers are the old business. I'm so sorry.
Interesting.
So sorry,
Thank you.
sirs.
Is that because my mother is dead and has passed away?
I don't have any more information
have
for you,
more
sirs.
information?
No,
I
I'm sorry.
can't
Or
tell
is it
how-
because of
Proxy.
my mommy issues? Is that why?
Thank you, Dillin, for bringing that to the group.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank
So
you.
that's all I have. I'm sorry. That's all I got for
Yeah.
I
you.
feel like
Thank
we were
you.
less supportive of Dillin than we were Ben.
Oh,
Well, Dylan,
Yeah.
thank you so
Dylan,
much.
thank you,
Like,
Yeah.
Dylan, thank you
Yeah.
so
It's
much
so
for
brave.
saying
Thank
that.
you.
And
So
I
brave.
would.
Oh, I
Behavior
don't.
we want that here.
yeah.
Oh, thanks, gang. Thanks,
Yeah.
gang. Actually, it's just like the applause is not necessary, but it is.
I mean, it is
appreciated.
necessary by the bylaws, which makes it more important than literally anything else.
Oh, okay. Okay.
In the
so
world,
Thank you.
yeah.
Good.
It's been you've got your allotted applause for today, so take it like that at least.
Oh, good. Oh, thanks. Okay, great. So I'm done then. Okay.
Great.
Acknowledgement. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to assume it was a salient bit, a good firing from your collaborators there, Ben. So congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Let's, if it's fine with all of you, I would like to open the floor to new business. Does anybody have any new business in the budget meeting? This is where you can start to make requests, where we can workshop new approaches to existing programs, that sort of thing.
So I do have one. It's just mine's kind of a big one, and I wanted to see. Does anybody have any?
Oh, you'd like to
Please.
build up, like make yours kind of a
It's just-
dramatic reveal?
It's
Mine's
just that
really big. I don't know if I should go first. Mine's like really unreasonable.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that we run into a lot in the studio is the repeated concern of scheduling issues that lead to a lot of troubles in getting the guests in and out on time, and getting people into the booth and then back home in a reasonable amount of time. And I know that the train was part of that. That the underground train has been, helpful.
Yes.
But it too sort of breaks down a lot. And then also there was the slug monster in there that sort of gummed up all of the tracks for a while, and so that has its own issues. I've just been thinking. I feel like I know it's outlandish. I know it's a little outside the box, but I really believe that with a concerted effort and a metric ton of United States dollars, I think that we could make this happen. I think if the studio just itself traveled and went to the guests, then we wouldn't have to worry about it getting them there on time and at the same time. We could just go scoop them all up. And I was kind of thinking obviously there are a lot of options here. There's sort of a teleportation option. There's, we could put it on tracks, but in my ideal world, if I'm just really living and dreaming, it's got legs, and I think
studio itself has legs.
yeah, and
I mean, the teleportation option is great, but that's what I used to get here, and it only charges every 20 hours. So if it's possible, if we could do that, so I can use it to get here and out.
Shaghik, do you mean the transportation method that we use for you? You're calling it the teleportation method?
Yeah. No.
That's
no,
a 3D printer.
That's why it
you
takes
should
so
have been
long.
informed in that. What happens, just so you know, you enter the chamber, and then elsewhere, wherever you're traveling to, you're 3D printed in that chamber, and then the redundant Shaghik is disposed of. Does that make sense?
Is that why I keep shitting plastic?
Nope, that's actually just everybody living their normal lives in our world. I'm once again looking into the camera, and that's not a bit.
Have we considered not disposing the duplicates? That would be.
I've watched
some
a
extra
documentary on that recently. It becomes a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't have any more room in my office, James. I have there's so many. I can't.
It becomes
please.
a whole thing, and we can't.
It's a whole
Yeah,
We can't do
I've been
that.
trying to look into like recycling the additionals, and we're working on it, but it's got to get through ethics. Is the only thing.
Okay, all right. Well, there goes one of my items.
Okay, let's focus back on the studio. You are picturing the studio with legs.
Yeah.
Well, that does happen.
That would be that's my pie in the sky dream. I'm open to other ideas, but I just figured I would shoot for the moon here.
Sort of
Like
a
a Baba
Baba Yaga.
Yaga.
Yeah, Baba Yaga. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm afraid of brand comparisons. Baba Yaga is very litigious.
Yeah.
You know what
Okay.
happened to Keanu Reeves after the John Wick films.
All of his toilet paper was half ply.
They
Yeah.
they really really got in that it was Baba Yaga this, Baba Yaga that, Baba Yaga this in the first movie, and they slowly petered that out in the successive John Wick films because of the lawsuits.
You know what else they petered out?
Okay.
Those plies.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just it's a half a ply is not enough.
Okay, okay. Maybe what if it's not like Baba Yaga?
Okay.
What if it's like Dr. Loveless from Wild Wild West? What if it's like, you know, the
Ooh.
metal spider legs?
Big metal spider legs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I could be open to this. How about I like metal legs. I think that's intimidating. I think it sends a good message. Spider legs aren't doing it for me. There, there's a lot of like video games that need the spider slider and like just for accessibility purposes on the studio.
Yeah,
we don't want.
arachnophobia.
Yeah,
And every extra leg is extra cost. I feel like maybe just 2 would be fine.
Or I guess the other thing is maybe something like that would be quite a scary image, like, oh God, what is happening? Oh, it's a one shot, and things could happen. Maybe we just smaller. Do you know those bike
Smaller
bars? Smaller legs or like where people can pedal. And so not only do our guests come on, but they can get some exercise as well, be like
I like
and then you
that.
can have little bonus content as you're cycling from person to person.
Feeling very charmed by the idea of 2 very small, very powerful legs.
Yeah.
That really speaks to me.
Yeah.
They'd have to
So
move
who
quite
would-
quickly, obviously, if we're sacrificing the size, because we're losing
Yeah.
stride on that.
On the
I
road.
do, I do wonder, who would be pedaling the legs? Because I mean, so I feel
That is the
like
guests. We've decided that was the guest, did we not?
Yeah, the guests will do
Yeah, we
it.
suggested it was
yeah.
the guests.
The guests are finally going to pull their weight.
Yeah, 'cause, well,
Finally.
it's because we sit so much down for podcasting. Why not, get a little bit of exercise? It could be a real initiative of going forward to really promote, not just constantly, sitting at your desk. You're actually pedaling at your desk.
That could be very good for our image.
I guess
Yeah.
I do have to then. Well, that would lead me to the next item, if I may, which would be: can we purchase the RX D bike sound, whatever the fuck?
I'm sorry.
I
It's
can,
just it's not ferocious enough. I can barely. It's like how dogs can hear like certain frequencies that other people can't hear. It's without ferocity behind your voice. I just lose it
James,
entirely.
James. If that is the case, then if I'm going to clean the audio of pedaling, then can we get the special plugin for D Peddler? That is D Peddler 11. So I can clean the
That
audio
was
of
so
pedaling.
much closer. That was so much closer, Shaghik. Like very, very close.
Good attempt.
I mean, you moved on to can, and you started asking questions again instead of making demands. Which, does a lion ask questions, Shaghik?
So I can speak.
Right.
The
a
voice
lion,
asks
a lion
questions
doesn't waste
sometimes.
its time with speech. It pounces.
The voice
You-
asks questions sometimes.
You don't get pounced, you pounce.
But this brings up an excellent point. We can't have a method of locomotion that makes noise that we have to clean up. That's extra work.
Gosh.
We were very close there.
We were so close.
I like the spirit of the idea.
Yeah.
Can you use the slugs? They would
we
slither
use
I feel
a
like
bit.
that's so much more noise that then I would have to get the T-Slugger.
They are faster
You just put the
than,
muzzle on them.
They are faster than you expect.
Yeah.
Mm.
In
How
a
I got here.
disconcerting way. It is also, it would get them out of the trains.
Yeah.
Sure. And free up those train tracks again. We could start moving cargo.
Yeah.
Synergy.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. I think we are going to move forward on the slug-based method of transportation for the studio.
Great.
And now the studio will travel to the guests to pick them up.
Nice.
And thank you,
Makes
Dylan. Is there other new business?
I mean, I can quickly go. Hello, it's me again, Fiona. So I've been thinking, one thing I think is really good about One Shot, obviously we're a flagship show and all that sort of thing, but what do we do in terms of community outreach and like initiatives for that sense? And, we've got this Coliseum and all that. I wondered maybe, is there any sort of local projects that people are interested in or schools, and maybe we could start like a little baseball team and just, again, get the name out there, start them young,
Oh,
with
I'm not
various
allowed to
sports.
run.
That is, I'm just thinking
Yeah,
about
Shaghik's
outreach
not allowed
programs.
to run.
That's fine. That's fine.
No.
But I do
That's
like
it.
reaching out to the community. There's something there, really. What if we conscripted people? What if we reached out and sort of brought them in? And then through a series, obviously, of challenges and puzzles, honed them into stronger, better people.
Now, this would be non-voluntary, of course.
I
Like,
said
we're-
conscription, yeah.
Yeah, conscription
Yeah.
drafting. Yes.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking from the
And the
local
weak
community.
won't make it. I'm assuming.
I assume we won't even first of all, they're all weak to start. That's the thing.
Well, yeah,
That's
okay,
why
okay.
we're
Character
putting
building.
them through it.
Potential, really, is what I was.
The Conscription Act will make them strong. I mean, that's what you told me when I came on board, and that's
Right.
why I'm like this
Yes, yes, of course.
So,
It's
yeah.
enduring and persevering are what create strength.
now. Yeah. I think
Otherwise,
it'll
we'd
just
be
work.
building
I mean,
strength by moving heavy objects up and down for a long period of time. That doesn't
that-
seem effective or exciting to me.
That's why
Yeah,
Shaghik
no.
is not allowed to run, right? Because she's too fast. Correct? She would cause untold destruction if she ran, right?
Absolutely. Have you seen the Godzilla movies featuring Rodan? That is exactly
Yeah.
what happens with Shaghik.
Okay, all right.
Well, actually, I only got so fast after I watched that movie. I'm really impressionable. They say.
Inspiration.
And we do have to limit Shaghik's, media consumption.
It's screen time. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that will
yeah.
exponentially
that
increase
The only
her powers.
my powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only time I'm allowed to run is when the teleporter, the 3D printer,
Thank you.
is out of commission, and
Out of-
I have to get there.
You can
to
say
run
juice.
one
It
shot.
runs on
Yeah.
juice.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether that's like confidential, because like we do import quite a lot of amount
We
of
do
tomato
import quite a
juice.
lot of juice, and yes,
And
our
it's
enemies
maybe
could.
illegal, but yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If our enemies try to disrupt our juice supply, we've just freed up the trains again to run
True.
that. So I'm not worried about supply line issues anymore.
Okay.
Let them know that it's juice. They're not going to be able to figure it out.
Hey,
Yeah.
enemies, our 3D printer runs on tomato juice. What about it?
Shaghik. That was
Was that
very
good?
fierce.
Was that good?
That was
Okay.
very
Very
fierce.
fierce. That was
Very
very
fierce.
fierce.
Yeah.
I would hate to have to kill you about it though, because I did spend a good portion of my time a while back. Do you remember when that big viral discussion about like where is the largest supply of glitter going to?
Mhm.
Oh, I
That
so
started-
remember that.
That started because somebody was asking where all the juice goes, and
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
start a rumor that the glitter issue was bigger than that.
Mm.
And thank God it turned out I was right. I was just guessing.
Because of the enemies.
And I'm so
Yeah.
glad that when I joined One Shot, that was the first thing I was informed of, because the glitter thing has been messing with me for years, and I'm so glad I have the answer to that now.
Dillin is a master of mind-twisting puzzles. So if
true.
Dillin puts a lie
They
in
really
front of you,
are.
it will sicken like a complicated barbed hook. It's going to be with you.
Yeah, we told everybody that I got the job because I love storytelling, but it's mostly
The manipulation.
puzzles.
it's mostly
Yeah.
the manipulation and the lies. Yeah.
Dylan went
Yeah.
into the interview and spoke a puzzle to me so bedeviling that even now it tears at the far corners of my mind.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
that's the case then. We were talking just to go back to the reaching.
Oh,
and
yes,
getting
the
people-
outreach. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I wonder then, such puzzles, if Dylan, if I don't mind, maybe we could have like a separate meeting and we can devise some sort of things, and that could be like the first round,
Yeah.
as it were, to get
To like the puzzles to like get to figure out who might be strong and
or just
and
has
right
potential. Yeah.
rife with potential for this to be their new home and for this to be their new job. And then
Really
we
get the
and then-
branding to them. Yeah.
Exactly, we get that to them, and then are we thinking like if they get the puzzle correct, if they figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it just shoots the juice at them, like as soon as they figure it out. So it's just like
Oh yeah.
immediate onboarding. Do we think?
yeah.
Like it's sort of like
Absolutely.
conscription
Yeah.
done. You know?
Yeah, just one round in out.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't need to no need to refine it any more than that.
That feels almost cruel. Like you've gotta let them prove themselves a little bit. Get just a couple more steps. They got to feel like they've achieved something.
Sure. This is
Right,
why you're the
it's-
empathy guy, James. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
undermining their
yeah,
potential
yeah.
if you shoot the juice too early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think this is good. I think this outreach is good. It's certainly, it's building the world that we want to live in. That's what we're all
Right.
about
Mhm.
here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe how about this? In order to really give them some sort of choice in it, maybe we could have some sort of like, a little generous donation, and those people who, it's like pay what you want, but you don't have to pay us anything. But maybe we'll take your application in sooner for the puzzle, and just like that would be, just if people want to contribute like that, and so we'll be like, you are keen, and that sort of just gets them a little bit from the herd, and then they'll feel like they've had a choice as well, and it doesn't necessarily mean they haven't got in.
Right.
Fiona, I love the illusion of choice. I love that. That's thinking.
Hey, I've come from an island full of illusion of choices. That's it's my whole background.
Yeah, that's thinking with fire. I love that. That's good.
Now you're thinking with fire, as we always
fire.
want everybody on the network to do.
Yep,
Think
Yeah, we
with
do.
fire.
got it as a little plaque.
Do we have more new business?
Thank you.
Shaghik, take the floor.
Did you say take the fork?
Take it. Take the floor. Do not ask. Pounce
Pounce.
like the mighty lion.
Brrr.
You don't need to do a lion face.
Oh God. Okay.
You don't need to do a lemon face after the lion face.
Tomato.
Take the floor. Take the floor.
I am commanding you. If possible.
Is this how I speak in your mind? In slow pronouncements?
I mean,
I mean,
sometimes.
yeah.
If possible, would we? So after everybody leaves,
Okay.
after everybody records their stuff, and before you come in, and after you come in, and then before I come in, is it possible? So when I come in and I do the work and I editing and record my show, and then I edit that show, and then I post and stuff. Is it possible to keep the lights on? And I know again last meeting I asked and you said think of the
Yeah, this should have
environment,
come up in old
and then you
business.
threw Kind of. There's more. You said think of the environment, Shaghik, and then you threw popcorn at me, and that was great because that was actually the only food I got that month. But and I was wondering if so I was thinking it would actually be. I did the calculations of the environmental impact of keeping the lights on for when I come into work versus all the things I accidentally break while I'm working here that have to go into a landmine because the lights are off. So I was thinking, obviously nothing from the studio, obviously all of my stuff. And if you see anything in the studio that is your property that seems quite brand new, with the tag on, maybe that's just a coincidence that I don't know
So
anything
this is
about
a
that.
hypothetical scenario.
There's a hypothetical scenario of if yes, but there have
I'm a
been
little
things
distracted by
breaking.
something that you said. When you dispose of things, you put them on a landmine?
Um
You did say
Well-
landmine. I'm not crazy. That was said.
yes, and I I most certainly
That's
said
why the landmine budget is so high? You've been using them as trash?
I
No
just
wonder
think,
the goddamn slugs took over the train. We
No,
don't have
it's
mine
just-
defenses anymore.
no, but because you said environment and we have such a I did say a landmine.
You
You
did say a
did bring up.
landmine.
It's a
You did bring
landmine.
up, and
You did bring up landmine,
you
yes.
did bring up the environment in the last budget meeting, James. And to be fair, the landmines do get rid of the trash. It's sort of like really, it stops it from, taking up so much space in landfills.
Sure. Sure.
So-
yeah, well, I'm glad that landfills never enter the equation.
I'm
It does
so
seem like
glad
we've
that they never entered the
circumvented
equation.
that route
Yeah.
by using landmines.
Exactly.
If I may, I thought it was kind of like an inspired thing that Shaghik did because like I've been a fool using the word brainstorm, but actually landmines blows up in the brain. So,
Ooh, that's fun. All
so
right.
that's what I've been using it for. So yeah, no,
I
thank you.
hereby declare that from now on, any brainstorming will be referred to as landmining.
Would that cause confusion? Would that cause accidental bombing?
I don't see how it possibly could.
No.
You just read the context clues, and that's the importance of
Exactly.
using
The
a
vibe
vibe-based
space.
system.
Yeah, it's completely valid place. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. I feel like we're covering a lot of ground.
So are we
we gonna leave
keeping
the-
the
wait,
lights on?
Are we keeping the lights on or not?
No, you just pointed out that we have a perfect, environmentally secure system where we use landmines to get rid of anything that's broken.
I feel maybe it's a more like a thing that we need to take up with health and safety. If we need to redo those forms, Shaghik.
If you
at your deck.
see health or safety running around here, you're supposed to push the alarm, and
Yeah.
we will take care of them.
I
Yeah.
put them on the landmine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
They have been. I mean, they're kind of the only people I have to talk to after everyone leaves. They're like my only friends
Shaghik,
here.
I know you've got your heart set on these lights. It's just every time you consume media, you gain more powers. I am afraid that if we leave you unsupervised around light, goodness knows what could happen to you.
What if you read something?
Yeah.
What if you read something and then we come back in the morning and you're different, It's why I had to stop playing superhero games on the show. It was becoming, frankly,
I know.
overwhelming.
I mean, it was nice to be able to fly, but then you forced me to watch a movie about a woman who loses the ability to fly, and I had to lose that.
Well, you gained the power of losing the ability to fly.
Exactly.
That's
Right,
one
and
more
I'm
power than you had
so-
before.
And I'm
I mean-
so grateful, and I'm so grateful.
I mean, it's why Benjamin, if you don't mind, it's why we don't allow Benjamin to watch good films for roleplay retcon.
Yes.
Only
Yes.
read by films because
Yeah.
if he remakes good films, there's a whole we have to go through a whole process, and we were dealing that with
paperwork.
yeah. I mean, we've sorted out I mean, we sorted out the Brutalist, so we don't need to talk about it anymore.
They actually don't.
yeah.
They don't even fit in the machine. They don't go into the little hole. The
It's
good
a
ones
special
don't.
machine that only plays
Yeah.
bad movies.
Then
Yeah.
how do you explain your first few episodes? What happened there?
Oh yes, is this a fight? I'm about to see.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit, a little bit.
Do
I
we need to
think
go to the Coliseum?
All right, Ben,
Yeah, do you
explain
wanna-
yourself. Explain yourself before. Explain so we know the stakes, and then we will head to the battle cam. and sort
well,
this
okay,
out.
so I think Dillin is talking about Batman and Robin, the sequel to Batman Forever, which was our first series.
Correct. That's what
Yes.
I'm talking about. Of course, your first
I-
few episodes of Roleplay Retcon. Yeah.
I think I would. I'm just a proxy, of course, but I think I would answer your question with a question, and
Yeah.
that is: did you give the order in Mozambique? Did you give the order to fire in Mozambique, Dylan?
Interesting.
What just happened?
Did you give the order,
It
Dylan?
feels very.
What month is it? What month is it?
Yes. And I think you knew that.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I don't want to retread the Mozambique issue. I thought we were going to relitigate Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay. All right. I'll trust
Yeah.
the process.
So,
I'm just
Given
saying
that
it
you gave
made
the
it
order.
in.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it did. It
Go
really
ahead.
did. Yeah. Well, frankly, it fit in the machine. I don't know what to tell you. The square movie fit into the square hole in the machine, and the round movies don't go in the square hole.
And
So,
I think that disproves the point that you insist that good movies can't fit through that hole. I think they do. I think they can, because I think it's not about the hole. I think it's about, and this is the thing, you know what? Because your vision is just limited. Here it is. Because I think that it's not about the movies being bad. I think it's the movies having a need. And I think you have the ability to fulfill that need, to give them new life. You've and that's the energy that you put into the whole.
And
But
I
that's
Yes.
not what the whole wants.
hey, I would like to be clear. I am
Very-
not allowed to put things in the hole.
I'm very, very worried about the idea that they might own a machine that allows them to view good movies. That is dangerous, as we've established.
Well, it's happening right under your nose, James.
Well,
it's
now-
happening because they watched Batman and Robin, and they
if I
did
may,
that. That happened right here.
if I may, I have a confession to make, and I'm sorry I didn't.
Fiona,
really
no,
do that.
Fiona,
No,
you
no,
can't.
I've got the Batman and Robin. That's my fault. I was watching that movie and I left it in the machine. I thought I'd have the afternoon, and I didn't realize Ben had the booth booked.
the
after me.
machine. So the machine does play good films.
Well, there's
Okay.
a switch on the back. It goes, rest of network and then roleplay retcon, and I forgot, and I didn't realize until it was too late, so it's not Ben's fault, it's my fault, and I want to bring it up here, and I want to apologize formally to Ben and the whole of roleplay retcon as a
All right,
result.
all right.
and-
Well,
No, Fiona, it's not your.
Just-
It's
there is a solution to this. If we do reach our goal on patreon.com/one-shot-RPG, one-shot podcast, one-shot
Good
podcast.
job, podcast. You should know the link.
Yeah.
We're all a bit scared.
I
in the
think
chat.
investing some money in a better hole would be maybe a good use of the budget.
Dylan, what do you propose be done to the hole? How would you
The
treat
juice?
the hole? Look at the camera and tell me how you treat the hole.
I would treat it as the special, unique, and magical vessel that it is. A thing that you put your darkness and your strife and your and the sickness of the world into, and somehow it returns to you joy and wonder.
Okay.
And I think that if you appreciated it as such, then maybe it would give you a good movie.
So,
And a
from
good
what I'm
time.
understanding, Dylan's proposal, or I'll start with Ben. Ben's proposal is to purchase a different hole. And Dylan's proposal is to treat the whole like some sort of poetic writer of wrongs within the universe.
Within the universe. Yeah.
I just think
Okay.
the grass is greener where you water it, Ben. You have to water the hole.
You've got to make it
Yeah.
a
What
wet
I'm saying.
hole, according to Dillin.
Exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Thank
Let's transition over to the battle cam. So, in order to resolve this dispute, as we resolve all disputes here on the One
As
Shot
we
Network,
resolve all
As we
disputes,
resolve
yeah.
there
all
are
disputes,
two
yeah.
Magic of the Gathering packs here. One representing Dillin, and by
The
extension
left.
Cat Noir from Miraculous Ladybug, and
Good. Yes.
the one over here representing Ben, and of
course.
course
I would like to
Ladybug
point
herself
out that
from
I get
Miraculous
to be
Ladybug.
Miraculous Ladybug. So I sort of already won this before it even began.
Goodness gracious.
Well, I mean,
Fucking biased
she's
ass
kind of
game.
a mess, and Adrian's just sad. So let's not
that
get into that.
works.
Let's not relitigate that because we got to bring out 2 more packs. The way it'll work, I will open both packs. We will pull out the rare, and whichever rare is worth more money,
Incredible.
that person will have won the argument. So here we go.
Okay.
It would be nice to have been allowed to watch Miraculous Ladybug, so I could actually get that reference.
That show is full of so many goddamn
Yeah.
powers, Shaghik.
We can't do it.
We
I'm
can't
already.
risk it.
Hey,
Can't.
should Shaghik watch this?
This is different.
the-
This is a meeting. It's
Okay.
interactive.
This, yeah. This
Shaghik
is
draws strength
Okay.
from
Well,
But if you
Okay.
feel anything strange,
Close,
though,
put your hand over your eyes.
parasocial interaction.
Right. Yeah.
Hand over your eyes, yeah.
Immediately.
Okay.
Yep.
So I've pulled out both the hollow and the rare there,
Ooh,
and we're gonna
okay.
pull out the hollow and the rare on this one. As I was informed, the audience does like the knife, so the knife has appeared on camera.
I was
again.
about to
I
say
like the
that's a
knife.
cool knife.
it's a good knife.
How much did
Good
that
man.
cost?
A silence for the knife, please.
Oh, all right. There's a little bit more weight here
No more Mr. Knife
in
Guy.
Ben's pack, as Ben's pack had 2
Oh.
hollows in it.
Ooh.
So Dillin has pulled the Hollow Merc Siege and a Hollow Rare Nature's Rhythm. So Dillin, you're going to be responsible for Googling those magic cards
Yep.
and seeing
Oh,
how much
I'm
money.
sorry.
I'm trying to do it now. So
You
a
got from
hollow,
those?
a hollow, Hollow Merc.
Hollow Merc Siege
Merc
and
Siege.
Nature's Rhythm.
Just sounds made up.
Whereas Ben's rare is Songcrafter Mage.
Hell yeah.
Ben's hollow is Focus the Mind, a common. And Ben's land is a dual land called Windscarred Crag, also common. So we
Dylan,
will.
I hope you're getting all of that.
Maybe we just
We'll
do it one
allow-
more time, just in case.
Yes.
Hey, I'm
no,
also I'm channeling
I have
Jinsey, and Jinsey
these.
also says it's a nice knife.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
I just want to say I want to say 2 things. It looks like my cards, from what I am finding, are worth a grand total of $3.
$3. That's
Oh, that's
probably
That's
That's a
actually
lot
pretty
for a
good.
magic card. Yeah.
And I would like to secondly say you've made me accomplice in something disgusting. So
Which is
for
impressive because
that.
I've been trying for a while.
And can we
And
get
Dylan
a
refuses.
total on Ben's cards, please?
I'm desperately trying to do it. So we've got Songcrafter Mage, and what was the other 2? Just so I've got
It's Songcrafter Mage and Focus the Mind Hollow
Focus the
edition
Mind, Hollow,
and
so pretty.
Windscarred Crag.
Wind Scar.
Reminds me of my mom issues.
Crag. Hold
Thank
please
you,
whilst
Ben.
I check with
Thank
our
you, Ben,
people.
for sharing.
Crag.
I feel like
Thank
we
you,
didn't
Ben.
support Ben enough. Thank
you,
you,
Ben.
Ben.
Thank you,
for
Ben, for
sharing.
sharing. Thank you, Ben.
The computer is computing away.
Knife is away.
I think the total of all 3 cards the computer has come together.
Mhm.
It is $1.40.
Dylan has won the argument. We will please a wet hole. Moving on.
thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. Any more new business and requests for the budget of the network?
Oh, I have. I mean, I have the request, but that's not why I'm speaking up. I did want to. Fiona, it was so noble of you to take the fall for Batman and Robin, but I have
Well.
to say we did watch it together, or you were watching and I was behind the couch when you were watching, and unfortunately, I didn't do the paperwork for this. I just didn't want it taken away from me, but I did gain some powers.
Okay.
I am now a millionaire slash billionaire, and I have a really deep voice when I want to use it.
Just feel
This
like
is
you would
actually
be
a really
one or the
important
other.
question.
Yeah.
Is Bruce Wayne a millionaire or billionaire in that movie?
I'm not entirely sure.
I believe he's a millionaire.
We're
but it's
all
interesting-
gonna have to
Yeah.
watch Batman and Robin again to get
Apart
that.
from Shaghik,
Oh,
He's a-
shucks.
Sort of.
Well,
Oh,
it depends on the
no.
credit limit of the Bat card, the Bat credit card.
See, the thing
You're
is,
right.
the thing
Well,
is,
that's only
I
in
said-
commercials. I don't know if that's in canon.
The thing is, I said millionaire at
movie.
first because it feels like in the movies it's all and like the cartoons it's always said that he's a millionaire, but then like that doesn't feel rich enough
Right.
for all the shit that he does.
Well, it's inflation. That's an inflation.
He's
thing.
a,
Yeah, that's what I'm
he's
thinking.
a billionaire.
Also,
But-
I
Yeah.
have seen that movie. I watched that movie 3 times for Roleplay Recon. I can assure you that the Bat credit card is in the movie.
It's in the movie.
It is in
Yes.
the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
and I
in the
have
movie.
it, and that's what I have now.
But if I may, Shaghik, I again I don't wish to question. Obviously, if you were there watching, that more power to you in the sense of like thank you for being honest with us at this meeting.
And
It's a
more
safe space.
powers to me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
so
that
that's what
is-
I wanted to check. Do you know exactly why you latched on to the Batman rather than Bane or Poison Ivy in that film?
I
Interesting.
think it's because I have goodness in me, and I go for the hero rather than the villain because I
You'd
am,
rather go for the money rather than.
That's
Okay, then
interesting.
why didn't
And
you latch on
chose-
to
That's not
Poison
what I
Ivy?
said,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you didn't latch on to Batgirl.
It's also in the
Mhm.
movie.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows how to guess passwords by looking around a room, like all great hackers.
All great hackers. Also, this is actually really insightful, and we should look into this further because previously we did think that you just got powers from watching and
Well, that's
and
what
consuming media. But sure, it's just interesting. It's a new development that that you can just get money
Just
because
cash.
then I
Money
think we
is
can
a
use
power.
that
That is
for the
Batman's
network.
power.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying we can use this for the network.
You
So
know
I
that
think
you
that-
know that Shaghik's not allowed to spend money. You
but
know that.
but
All
but
run.
exactly.
Yeah,
it's-
there's like
James,
$1
look
billion
at the-
just sitting there.
Exactly.
All under her name.
inaccessible.
The bylaws and not more importantly, but as importantly, Shaghik's contract state that Shaghik is not allowed to spend money. It does not matter if Shaghik could use the money that they gain through their powers to absorb power from parasocial interactions to generate money. They can't use that. She can't use that money to patronize the
And-
network because that would be
Shit, well,
breaking
well, I
contract.
And
think-
that's
James-
It
why.
would be breaking contract.
We know
Yeah.
pedantry is very important to both of us.
It's
I believe
so
it says
important.
so important, and I think that her contract says spend. Giving money
So
is
are
a
you
very different thing.
are you proposing to me that giving and spending are different things in your mind?
I believe that
if
they
money
are
is given, it is not spent.
correct.
All right,
If
we
it's
are
not
going
in
to return to
exchange
the
for-
battle cam. 2 more packs of
Oh.
magic cards have entered.
Wow.
Dylan, get back
Oh
to
my God.
Googling.
It's the most
God.
efficient
I'll
way
look it
to
up.
solve a dispute. Once again, Dylan, you are represented by Cat Noir. I am represented by the Miraculous Ladybug. We are going to.
I will
pull
say
any rares
I'm now
or
going
hollows.
to do this at home. Yeah, personal like doing magic cards to win arguments with my partner. He's very much appreciated. So thank you, James, for.
Do you see what you're doing? You're spreading it. You're spreading it, you sicko.
All right, Dylan pulled 2 rares in his pack, so that is certainly a strong argument that Dylan is making, according to the cards.
Can you say the name so Dylan may Google?
Yes, Dylan, your cards are Magmatic Hellkite,
Dragon.
Dalkovian Dalkovan encampment.
Oh, I thought it would be Dalkovian. I was about to say.
Yeah.
Armenian
And
rep. But,
a Jeskai Monument Hollow.
Ooh.
A Jeskai Monument Hollow. Oh god.
And I have pulled Avenger of the Fallen and Dalkovan Pack Beasts.
Oh, we got a bunch of Dalkovans here.
Okay.
This is actually going to be quite an important battle because it implies certain things.
I do have a quick missive from Alex from Roleplay Retcon. He just texted me. I actually didn't have to do the painful thing this time. He
that's nice.
requests a pony, and then he sends a follow-up clarification text that says it is not for eating.
A dispute. We're in the middle of resolving a dispute. That's
sorry,
new
proxy,
business.
proxy. Yeah, sorry, but I think that's all the information I'm going to get from him. So, it's not for eating. That was the clarifying.
It's not for eating.
Point.
Okay, well,
it's not for eating. Okay.
It looks like it's about $1.17 on
$1.17. All right.
What power does Miraculous Ladybug have? Well, James opens.
So Miraculous Ladybug has a number of different powers. She has a magical yo-yo that also operates as a cell phone, but her most powerful ability is to pull out a miraculous object that will be part of a Rube Goldberg-esque solution to solving a very difficult problem. And
I will say the computer has come back with your results, James, if you wish me to.
Oh, excellent.
For yourself, James, the total of your cards comes to 67 cents.
Well, the cards have spoken then. Dillin, you are correct. Giving is not spending.
If that's the case, then really, I should be the one approving any budget changes.
It's a good point.
So,
That logic doesn't follow even remotely at all.
Alex gets their pony.
No, that's spending money. What you've done is spending.
I'm
If anything-
gifting. I'm giving money, and then they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah,
if
giving
that
actual
may
ponies.
be
Yeah.
A pony. And everyone else, whatever that you said, approved. Actually,
Interesting. So you
is
believe
that ferocious enough for you, James?
Ooh.
Get his ass.
I will admit,
Seize him.
Guards.
just to clarify, yes, under the contracts for the British sort of requirements, as I asked, pony is British slang for £25. So technically, Shaghik can give ponies for people who want to buy ponies.
Love that.
All right, then I shall, as president of the network, declare from here on, Shaghik is able to give out 25 pound.
Pounds, yes,
not
but
pence?
you,
Okay.
yep,
25 pounds
$22.
with whatever discrimination, but no more and no less.
Okay.
Yep.
A lot of transaction fees. Yeah.
In this
It also
economy,
says-
that's the best we can hope for.
It also says here, pony describes something of little worth or poor quality, similar to the British slang of crap.
Wow.
Nice.
We've got that one too.
Yeah.
For that
It's like, thanks, Google.
I do have one more thing, but fortunately, we actually don't need it anymore, so I don't have to approve it. But I was going to bring up now that we have the transportation system with the studio naturally being
Yeah.
its own moving location. But I mean, some people might have heard of that I was traveling recently and my luggage got delayed for a bit, and the one-shot episode almost didn't go up on time, which never happens.
That never happens. I've never heard of that before.
That's
And if it
I
ever
w-
did
I don't think
happen, it
that's-
was never the fault of anyone on this network. We would take no
No.
responsibility for
No, I
Yeah.
don't know how that would possibly was the slugs. Anyway,
Please,
so,
please.
so I was wondering, like, if I think it would be like a really good idea if we had like a studio in every major tourist city in the world, so that if I'm ever traveling again, that's not an issue, and I could just go back in and just
like a bank vestibule, like a mini
Yeah.
version of
A
the studio.
mini studio.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
worried
and
about
then-
our enemies finding it and attacking it, though. Doesn't that make us
Well,
more
see,
vulnerable?
I was that's the I have a
Turrets.
follow up to that. See, I was because every tourist city has some sort of tourist like attraction. Like you have the Eiffel Tower, the other ones, and
Name
I
The
one
Eiffel-
other
the Eiffel
tourist
Tower?
attraction.
Name some others. Yeah.
Name one other tourist attraction in
well,
one
we've
other
started
city.
thinking-
Two-factor
Shaghik, you need to name
authentication.
5 tourist attractions now.
oh, the,
Yep. In
Five
Europe.
Tower-
In Europe.
the Tower of Pisa,
Okay.
One.
Big Ben.
Okay.
Two.
Nice.
I already said Eiffel Tower.
Yep. So
Okay.
that doesn't count.
3.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, we're back
No,
to
'cause
2.
you said it. Yeah, back to 2.
Is on this network, do we consider Armenia to be part of Europe or not?
Oh, actually, I don't want to make that declaration.
Yeah, I got careful.
Why
yeah.
would
What
you,
do you
babe,
think?
Why
What do
would
you
you
think?
ask that question? We are the only people who know anything about this. Just say what you want.
Yeah, say it. Go for it. Go for it, Shaghik.
Well, actually, I don't consider it part of it, so that doesn't work for me.
I
I was
know.
gonna do a
Yep.
Anyway, fucking.
You're still holding up 3
Notre
fingers when you
Dame.
should only be holding up 2 fingers.
Notre
Oh.
Dame. Notre Dame.
Fine.
Notre Dame.
God,
Notre Dame.
Notre
Now you're up to
Dame.
Notre
3.
Dame.
The Tower of Terror.
Don't try to hurt her. She's already struggling enough.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
something she has to do alone.
Shaghik,
Okay,
think
all
about
right,
where
I'm
we
sorry.
are. We're
It's
in this huge place. We've got this huge place where the people are coming and we parade them round. Everyone looks from the top seats where the studio is.
The
I call it
Colosseum.
the Museum. Yes, there we go.
Ah, yes. Good
Colosseum.
job. One
And-
more
Like-
tourist attraction in Europe.
In your
I'm sorry, one more tourist attraction in a country that you want to admit is in Europe.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Like any other cathedral in France, there's a lot of them. I don't know.
You
Or
went
No,
to, you went
nebulous
to an
French
art gallery.
cathedrals
You
doesn't
went to an art
count.
gallery in French.
Name one.
Man,
Did you not
one
go-
time,
did you not
one
go
time
to a
I went to
famous
the
art gallery?
carnival. One time I went to the carnival and I
Ben!
played a shooting game.
I
and
swear to
won a
God,
chest.
she
I
has
won
to
a
do it alone.
chest.
She has to do it alone.
I was just saying an unrelated anecdote. I don't know.
Which
about
means
winning
Fiona is
chests.
allowed to break
Another-
these rules, but Ben is not. For some
You went
reason.
to an art gallery, did
Uh,
you not, Shaghik?
I
When
went
you were
to-
with...
Yes, but I don't remember the name of that. But I do remember
you
the
kidding
name of
me?
one other cathedral, which was
Okay.
Notre Dame de Fourrière, and that
That's-
was another.
I
It
guess
was in
it's-
Lyon.
It's completely
Okay.
unverifiable whether or not that is a cathedral that exists or something that would
it
attract
does.
people, but technically I have to allow it.
I was a
It's fine.
tourist and I went there.
It's fine. We're
There
not
we
going to talk
go.
about the Louvre. That's
I was
fine. Cool, cool, cool.
attracted.
Nope. It's fine.
Incredible.
The Louvre,
Incredible.
in fact, because Shaghik couldn't remember it, the Louvre is no longer considered a tourist attraction.
Yep. I've
So
marked it
if-
off. I've
Those
marked
are
it
the
off.
only 5
This is
tourist
like-
If
attractions
people
now.
go
And the
there.
Eiffel Tower. And the Eiffel Tower. Those are the only 6 official
Could have
tourist
said
attractions
Blackpool
in
Tower for
That's
all we
true.
care, but no more.
If-
No, the Louvre's gone.
No, well, so
Scratch
the Louvre is no longer a tourist attraction. If people
Gone.
go to the Louvre, it has to be by chance. They can't intend to go there.
Closed.
I actually didn't go to the Louvre because that
And you
was
worked
something
there.
You
I
did.
know.
It's no longer a tourist attraction, though.
Exactly. Exactly. It's done.
Yep. Well, that's good.
Is that what you were alluding to by art gallery?
You
I
went. Did you
didn't
not go? I
I
thought you
didn't.
went.
I went to the city that was in, but that's something you have to kind of pre-plan, and we never did that. So
Oh no, Art de Triomphe either has been crossed off as well.
No, well, again, you
yeah.
just you happen upon it. If you happen upon
Yep.
it, you can see it,
True.
but you cannot intend to go there.
It's
Yeah.
just cool. It's like,
It's like how neat.
we did drive past
Which
it.
does mean everybody on the network, if they travel abroad and see something that would have been a tourist attraction otherwise, you have to act as though you've never seen it before and go,
Yep.
Yeah.
"Can you get a load of this? Can you believe this?
Yeah.
This is
Get
nuts.
a load of this.
Madam
Whoa.
Tussauds? Who?
Oh,
Look
Kyle.
at the size of this Ferris wheel. That's crazy. Are they all this big in England?
I was
Yeah.
actually thinking that one, but I wasn't sure how tourist attraction that is.
What? The Millennium
The
Wheel?
London, the
London
London.
Eye.
They advertise
London
it quite a bit.
Quite a lot, yeah.
I think they're pushing for it harder than maybe it deserves.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
confirm. Yeah. I enjoyed our last away day there, to be honest, but yeah, it's a bit overrated.
And now it just happens to be there. And
It's just a
again,
wheel.
if you see it,
That's it.
if you're in
And
Europe and you see
nobody
it,
gives a
it's
shit
new
about-
to you.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy that it's there. Why is no one talking about it?
Why is can
We really do
why
change
is
the
no
world
one
in these
talking about the
budget
London
meetings.
Eye?
We absolutely do.
We do. We really we're doing something. We're making a difference. Do you
We
know? Like, do you ever just
absolutely
think
are.
about that?
Is it a good
Crazy.
difference?
It's the only way that I can
Hey,
quiet
that's
the
not what I
demons.
said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we've got any other business, I do have another thing. If I may, I don't want to move
yes,
on
of course.
necessarily.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, me again. I was thinking because I know we've talked about hello. I know we've talked about toilet stuff before. I was just wondering, was there any other sort of like movement or development on having showers around the one-shot studio? If we're having
Yes,
people come
actually,
in,
I'm so glad that you brought this up because we had the request for showers to be installed and the request for
Thank you.
bidets.
Yes.
And so
I
we
was gonna
decided to
say-
solve both problems in one.
right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just a
With-
more powerful bidet.
That
Shower?
gets you wet head to toe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
it's
really
one of
is.
those,
Sort of
it's like one of those it just like moves up and down.
So
Yeah.
when you
Sort of
need
a
to
ricochet.
Like
when
a
you
car
need
wash.
to freshen up, either
Yep.
because of a shower or because you've just done something, you are to strip down, and in each bathroom there will be a chamber that you were sealed into, and a very forceful blasts of water will just fix the whole
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Fix it
I was considering again. I know we were talking about like
like a
How do
power
we get-
wash. Thing.
well, yeah,
yes, like a power wash.
there's 3 different layers. You know, if you want these sort of outer body sort of like lotions, you could pay a little extra. You know, again, just milking our.
Are you
Yeah.
saying
their
that we
work.
should
Inner
be doing
body,
inner cleaning as well, like a
body-
spiritual
I
cleansing?
mean, yeah, like you know, like they maybe
it
not
can't
in a chamber,
cost
they
that
walk.
much more to use holy water. Yeah, we'll use
Yeah.
holy water in the
Holy
chamber.
water, but as long as
I'm
they can walk
ordained.
through.
We can just.
yeah.
I can just bless
Perfect.
it.
So
Great.
am
Dylan can
I.
bless it,
Great.
So am
Oh,
I.
congrats, guys!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll just bless the
fantastic.
pipes. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
because of the
May you be
proxy
blessed.
pact, I cannot have holy water touch me.
Ooh.
Oh,
well, that's
shit,
only
of
when
course,
you're
yeah.
acting as a proxy. So
Okay.
as long as you
Yeah.
you should use the restroom and the bidet before any budget meetings where you're acting as a proxy,
Okay.
and that should be fine. That
Okay,
should be
okay.
fine.
All right.
Yeah. And double check that it's turned off before you leave the meeting. I don't want to repeat that incident
I'm
from
sorry.
last time.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just I've got all that stuff about the showers. It's great. I'm
Sure.
loving these ideas. But I just wanted to check. Are we still requiring guests to bring their own like towels and whatnot? Or are we still provide? Again, I'm just trying to think of any way we can cost
I
cut.
think so. I like seeing people's towels. I
Yeah,
like knowing what their
it's a
towel
bit of
situation is.
personality.
It says a lot about them. You can
Yeah.
tell a lot about a person.
Great.
And our
Okay.
advertisers also want to know that, and we have to send that information on to them. so.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah,
to third parties. Okay, great. Cool.
That's kind of half our revenue. What the advertisers want to know what towels everybody uses.
And
That's
I
kinda-
require to make sure. Well, the one requirement that we have for all guests coming on the network is Dillin needs to
Bring
make
your own
sure they're
towel.
hoopy fruits. So they would
and they have
obviously
to take a shower
always have it
before-
anyway. So
It's true.
And they have to take a shower before recording so they don't contaminate
Yes,
the recording
yes.
booths. That's...
Yeah.
I will say yeah, I really enjoyed Towel Day. That we had some really great photos. It looked really great for the community stuff. So yeah, just good job on
Towel
everyone there.
Day.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
we should
good.
do that every year.
We do. Oh, but
Oh.
at different times. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
It's the times there,
time
you
stuff.
know,
Yeah,
and
vibes. Yeah.
Shaghik is
I think I'm missing that
sometimes
month.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's May 25th.
Wait, isn't it May 25th right now?
No.
Ooh,
Oh.
the security's
No.
getting you too. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll catch you up.
Yeah.
We got.
Oh,
You didn't miss much.
No.
Yeah.
oh, I mean, so is Under the Autumn Surgery Part 3 going up tomorrow, or like what's going on?
Ooh, you know what? You wanna let's grab a coffee after this. There's
Oh, I
there's
don't
been
drink
some
coffee.
things.
There's a coffee morning happening at some point, so maybe that will be a good
and
time.
you can mourn
Mhm.
the month that you lost.
Just
Yeah.
feel the vibe.
That'll
Yeah.
be nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I lost a month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's all right. It was
Oh.
just a so-so one.
You know what? If it's going to cause this much confusion, because it is company time that you'd probably be using to catch Shaghik
Yeah.
up on the month, we will look into a different security measure because that's
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't
think
want.
that's-
Aw,
So
I'm
I'm gonna
much
miss the
time.
Whisperer. Aw.
Yeah. Maybe we can reassign them somewhere
was-
else. That whisper.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was I'll miss that was the only friend I had besides health and safety in the studio. The
Well,
Whisperer.
They
Hey.
will
Gotta
be
hit that
eliminated
alarm.
on site if we find them.
Yeah.
No, I mean like at night after everyone
At
leaves.
night. Oh
to
yeah, no,
talk
I don't
to.
stay at
Do
night.
you
It creeps
see
me
them
out.
at night, Shaghik? This is why I need you to be a
No.
pouncer. I need you to pounce
No.
on health and
Oh.
safety.
No.
Take them out. Eliminate
No,
them.
I never see them, and I definitely don't hide them under my desk when you come in the morning.
You have a desk? I don't have a desk.
Who gave you a desk?
Like in the back closet, I bought a desk with my new.
Is
I
it a-
mean, I gifted.
Yeah, this is getting really
$25
airy, and
increment.
obviously, Magic cards
Ponies.
disagree with me, and I have
Yeah.
to accept that.
You do. You do.
Yeah.
I gifted a couple $25
ponies,
increments,
yeah.
a couple ponies,
Couple ponies,
and
yep.
I got
A
a
couple
desk
ponies.
installed
It's
in-
only supposed to be one pony.
Just one pony. We cannot handle
But
two. I
single,
know Alex
single
wants
transactional
more than one,
ponies.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
right.
It's
He
every
will
time you
eat
give
the
a
other
pony,
one.
you've given a pony. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm,
fine.
mhm.
And but I do all my work in the back closet, and including the recording. I don't know why I'm not allowed to use the recording booths, but I get it. I guess.
So otherwise,
I don't like you
showers,
having a
A-okay?
desk.
Yeah.
What should I put the computer on
It
the floor,
feels
or-
presumptuous.
Yeah. I think you have to Hun, you have to work up to a desk. You have to, you know what?
Yeah.
When you're hey, look at me. When there is a desk in here, there will be a desk out here.
Right,
I-
right,
I
exactly.
am curious though, because I
Mhm.
do have some of the saplings. I've made a little room for some of the saplings in their drawers. What
And
happens?
that's fine.
Okay, so the desk is just somebody else's.
So
but
that's
I'm not allowed
not
to use
your
it
desk.
now.
That's their desk at this point. That's
That's
their
their
home.
desk.
Their home.
They are
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
more entitled to that desk than you are.
No,
Yeah.
that's so true.
That's
That's so
co-sharing.
true.
If anything,
That's
you're
not
invading
yes.
their land at this point, which we can't afford that. You know,
I can put a request into HR.
a boss I admire is the
AKA
Pinhead from the
Tracy,
Hellraiser
yeah.
films. So maybe we
Yeah.
could just
Mhm.
suspend all of your editing equipment on hooks.
Mm.
Like a standing desk.
Like a standing desk. It's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Healthy.
Yeah, I actually think
encourage
this
people to do
works.
more standing from desks and stuff. Like we could put the bike idea. Yeah, I think I'm all for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Great.
All right. Well, if there's no more new business, we can
Nothing from me.
start getting ready to our closing statements, which I just need people to look into the camera and issue a vague threat to an enemy they have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I'd like to go first,
Yep.
if
yep.
that's okay.
Oh, you've got so many enemies.
I do. I have so many.
Long list.
Okay. You know who you are. You don't deserve to have hands. And I will have them. One day I'll have them. You'll live. You'll be fine. But your hands? I have a spot for them right here.
I'm terrified.
Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go for Ben.
Hi. I know you gave the order at Farpoint Station.
God.
And that's the threat. And that's the threat.
Oh, go for it, Shaghik. Go for it.
No, please go.
What did we say?
Has this whole meeting been for nothing? Where's the ferocity? Where is the ferocity?
Fuck you, Fiona. I'm going.
By all means.
Hey,
Very, very well done, Shaghik.
thank you so much, James. Hey, I'm allowed to run sometimes.
You're absolutely not. You're absolutely not.
But
Yeah, but they, James, they don't know that.
James.
Absolutely.
I don't know that. You can't.
I'll go quickly.
That can't be a lie. You have to. Dillin very honestly said that person shouldn't have hands, and they shouldn't.
And won't.
Yeah.
And
I
something
don't
won't.
actually know that
And
they
won't.
gave the order at Farpoint Station.
Oh my God! Honesty!
The bylaws, Ben.
The bylaws, the laws that bind bisexual people most of all, but we've all agreed if we're part of the network,
This
we
company's
fall
a
under that
mess.
label.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
God.
Okay.
Okay.
If I may, I have one, a special one.
Speak.
Yep. Fancy Alice, I know it was you that nipped my ankles late last night. I will find those treats and I will throw them out, and I won't care for your cries.
Ooh,
Right.
that's a good one. That's a really, really good one.
I hope it's true. Otherwise,
No joke, yeah.
Nice. That was good.
Good. I feel good.
All right, well, then with our threats issued, this budget meeting is adjourned. We will move on all action items. We will rewrite all truths, and we will continue to make podcasts, which is what we
Yes.
do.
That's
Fortune
what we do
fire.
here. Changing the
Fortune flame.
world.
one podcast at a time.